At the end of the last episode, we save Elle's childhood friend Olivia as she sacrificed herself, taking care of him when he was sick. One day after one shooting a dragon, Elle comes across an unconscious girl lying on the ground, and he ends up taking her back to his house. When Elle wakes up, he sees the girl is up, and she asks how she got here and wonders if he kidnapped her. Elle tries to explain that he isn't, and was just worried when he finds her. The girl explains she was on her way to the guild to issue a quest and now offers to take her. Elle introduces himself, and the girl reveals her name is Linia. Later Ruri comes to visit Elle, but sees Linia, and because frustrated, seeing her wearing Elle clothes, Ruri misunderstands and runs away crying, and calling him a jerk. They end up in the guild, where Helen listens to Lenia's request. She sees there is something strange going on in her town, but finds it hard to explain. Helen thinks the request is too vague, but Elle ends up accepting the quest. When Linia reveals she is from Galia Town, Elle is shocked he loses it, because Galia is known for having the best asparagus in the world, and he can't wait to go there. They prepare to head off, but Elenia is confused. While as being so nice to her, she thinks he must an ulterior motive, because her father taught her that men are like wolves. Elle tries to assure her, and all of she still thinks she's a bit sus. She decides to trust him. Meanwhile, Ruri is watching and get jealous. They get right to Galia, but along the way, an orc chases after them. Elle freaks out, but the driver isn't too worried. But when he looks back, there's a whole horde chasing them, and Elle has emotional damage from his past. Encounters when Elle wakes up. He notices he's wearing a pendant. Linia tells him it's a pendant that helps with soothing the nerve. They make it to the town, and while they pass through, Elle finds it strange that the guards are holding maps. In the market, Elle sees a stall, and quickly an asparagus square. As it gets cooked, Elle tries to ask if the man has noticed anything strange going on. The man says everything is fine and gives out his food, but it's completely burned. Elle is confused, but then realizes that the man is acting strange. A card suddenly tips over, and when Elle checks out on the man, he is also acting strange. Elle suddenly gets picked up and carried away. Later, I visit Linia's house. Her family runs a patent shop, and she thinks it's thanks to the patents that she is not acting strange like the rest of the townspeople. Elle asks where her parents are, but she tells him that they went missing when the anomaly began. The townspeople are all acting crazy, can't communicate normally. The lord of the town appears, and Elle is honored to meet the man that started the Asparagus revolution. He also wears a pendant, and Elle asks him about the town. The lord tells him it's a long story and invites him for dinner, but Elle gets picked up and carried off again. Later, they visit the lord's house and join him for dinner. Elle asks about the town, but the lord suddenly has his guards surround Elle in an instant. Elle is able to defeat all the guards. He charges at the lord, but Linias gets in the way. The lord reveals that Linia is working for him, and we see he is possessed by a demon. The demon reveals that he put his power into a crystal and put into the goddess statue in town, so he can control everyone. He plans to do the same to the capital. After he heard about Elle defeating the demon general and the evil dragon, he planned to put a crystal into Elle's body and control the capitals. Linia reveals she had no choice because her parents were taken hostage as the demon prepares to put the crystal into Elle's throat, a flashbang which doesn't seem to do anything. But there is an explosion as the goddess statue is destroyed. The demon is confused what happened, and Elle explains the flashback was just a signal to his friends. The demon is shocked because Linia was spying on him this whole time, but Elle reveals that when he got carried away in the tavern, and it was actually Rory and Helen they even saved Linia's parents. Elle tells him it's over, but the demon takes the lord as his hostage. Elle uses the power of asparagus and force feeds the lord. He reminds the lord of his love for asparagus, and he is able to break free from the demon's control. Elle takes the change and finishes him off. Linia thanks him for his help and gives him a kiss, much to Ruri's dismay. She declares that when she gets older, she will find him and win him over. Elle is left stunned, and he heads back to the capital. After that, Elle goes back to tending to his field with Ruri, Helen, and Phallus, all helping him. Out Phallus notices the pendants that Helen and Ruri both got and gets jealous. She wants to confuse to Elle again, but Ruri reminds her they want to give Elle some space. Suddenly they hear Elle screaming. He is devastated to find the submarines have grown among his crops. It's a pesky weed that sucks up all the nutrients from the surrounding crop. He's auto ready to find that so much has grown under his watch. Helen Alan. It's amused that wits are a bigger reason the demons he has faced they head into the city to sell their vegetables. They are quite popular, and even the king comes in disguise. The king wonders when El will take Wallace as his wife, but though avoids the topic, the king tells him he will give him even more farmland and newly developed farming tools. El images the tools and can't help but be enticed. Rory tries to stop him and Wallace throws a potato at her, but it ends up knocking out El. Sees an angelic feature trying to talk to him, but he soon wakes up. They sell all the vegetables, and El gets even low as he thinks about destroying the weeds. He runs into Rick and shows off the herbicide. He is going to destroy the weeds with the suddenly sees some men capturing a girl to sell off. El approaches them and easily knocks the two men out. The freed guy runs away, and the girl is revealed to be a demon. The girl is scared, but Rick recognizes her as Shuria and shows her he's also a demon. Rick reveals that Uria is the daughter of the demon lord. Uria begs for their help to save the demons and reveals that her attendant Wolfie suddenly told her that she wants save. Then he opened a portal and sent her away. She wants to go back and save the demons, but Rick says that the demon territory is the other side of the ocean, and it will take at least 3 days on a boat. El takes on the job and hands his pesticides to Rick so he can look after his crops. El tells them that he has a faster way to get there and ends up carrying Aria as she runs across the water. Yuria freaks out and tells him to stop, but El says they will sink if he stops. They end up making it to the demon territory, and Yuria is thankful they got there so quickly. Wildly suddenly appears and starts attacking them. El manages to stop the attack, but Wolfie continues to attack with his magic and even shoots at Uria. El manages to get behind him and knocks him out. Uria is confused why he was attacking her. Wolfie gets back up and charges up another attack, but suddenly El's mother appears and knocks him out. She reveals that she heard from Riggs and comes to make sure he was okay. They head off together and arrive at the Demon Lord castle. They find that all the guards are dead, and El wonders what happened his mothers. Thinks that they were controlled to fight each other, just like how Wolfie appeared to be controlled Uria. Uria rushes into the throne room and finds her father lying on the ground. El finds a guard that's still alive, and he reveals that there was a girl he suddenly won orange area. As El's mother tries to attack her, but stopped by El. El can tell that she isn't his mother, because his real mother would have hurt him so hard his bones will shatter the moment she saw him. She is amazed. She could see through her perfect disguise. She returns to her true form, and it's revealed that she is actually Olivia.